If we could call to order the council meeting of June 27th, and at this time, if the clerk could call the roll.
Councilmember Brown.
Here.
Councilmember Daniels.
Present.
Councilmember Garza. Here. Councilmember Hussein. Councilmember Hussein is absent. Councilmember Jackson. Councilmember Jackson is absent. Councilmember Spatafor.
Present.
Councilmember Spitzley.
Here.
Councilmember Wood.
Here.
There are 6 members present, a quorum. Council members Hussein and Jackson are absent. And we are to meditation and pledge of allegiance.
Is there anyone that council would like to remember at this time? Seeing none, if we could rise for a moment of meditation, please. And now the pledge. I pledge
Okay, we do not have proceedings, so we are to the consideration of late items.
Councilmember Spatafor.
Madam President, I move the suspension of Council Rule 9 to allow for the consideration of late items. 2 late items this evening will be the introduction of an ordinance, a change to one that's in the packet, and then a late item for referral.
All right, with that, are there any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
And we are to comments by council members and the city clerk.
Council member comments. Do we have any council members that have comments this evening? Seeing none, then we will turn it over to the clerk.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. A couple of things. We have just sent out voter information cards to all registered voters in the city of Lansing. So you should hopefully by now have received that in the mail. Many of you will have also been accompanied by an absentee ballot application. And if you wish to vote by absentee ballot, then you can return that signed. If not, then you can recycle that portion and simply keep the voter information card. Either way, I do recommend that you keep the voter information card. It has important information about your voting districts, what congressional, state senate, state house, county commissioner, and ward of the city that you live in, as well as your polling location for any time that you want to vote in person. So please, I recommend keeping that voter information card. And also, Madam Vice President, I couldn't think of the name quickly enough, but I did see an obituary for John Mertz, who was the
Yes.
longtime chair of the Board of Ethics during
Yes.
some very trying times in the past of the city of Lansing. So I think we should keep him and his family in our thoughts.
Thank you, I appreciate that, and I also missed that. I thank you for that.
And with that, we are to community event announcements.
Are there any community event announcements? This is time to come forward. Loretta?
Have we got a deal for you? We've got a 2-for-1 or one and done. We have a double event coming up on Saturday, July 23rd in Mount Hope Cemetery. The first part is a picnic open to the public and free from 11 to 12 in the Fratcher Memorial Garden. And the second part is a workshop on how to properly clean tombstones and what to do, what not to do, when to do it, when not to do it, and what you're legally allowed to do and not allowed to do. So if you have any interest at all in those issues, the workshop is $15 if it's paid for and registered in advance, or $20 the day of the event by check or cash only on the day of the event. And you can register online on our Facebook. There is a link, or you can go to our website at folhc@wildapricot.com and register there for the workshop. So workshop from 12 to 3, picnic free from 11 to 12, Saturday, July 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other community events? Okay, seeing none, then we are to speaker registration for public comment on legislative matters, and legislative matters does include items 2 through 25 on the printed council agenda. That's items 2 through 25. And you need to sign up in the next minute or so with Suella in the back in the white vest. And while folks are finishing that up, we are to the mayor's comments.
Mayor Shore.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. I have a few things. First, I also missed, apparently Brandon Nevin of the Artist's Umbrella passed away over the weekend unexpectedly, so I'm sure our condolences go with him and his family and many in our community. We just saw him last week at the Allen Place, so that's very sad. I do want to congratulate our 9 Lansing Fire Department cadets that graduated from the academy. These cadets from Lansing schools did a fantastic job and graduated, thanks to them. And thanks to our fire department folks for doing the training. It was another incredible use of our fire skills. We'll leave it at that. We had many, many great Juneteenth events. I got to be part of the softball game and throw the first pitch poorly. It was great to be part of the parade. It was a great Freedom Festival celebration at St. Joe Park, and there was an incredible Rio Town celebration, so thank you to all who did all the Juneteenth work this year. I want to congratulate Empower for their expansion and their opening, owned by some dude. But no, it was great to do the ribbon cutting, and congratulations to owner and now Councilman Brian Daniels, because the facility looked great. We had, for anyone who was able to make it, an incredible African-American mobile museum event in Lansing in the city council. If you weren't able to get there, we'll try and find another time. I know I saw a few of you there. It was very, very powerful. I want to congratulate Cooley for their 50th anniversary celebration. I want to congratulate MSU FCU for the Juntos Avanzamos proclamation that they received, making sure I said that correctly. Jane's giving me the nod. I want to congratulate LPD and all of our police officers who received awards at their awards ceremony. Incredible list of wonderful deeds by our police department. Congratulations to Allen Place. They just opened up, so they've got a variety of health options and living, mixed income living on Kalamazoo over by Allen, so it's going to be incredible for the east side. We had a wonderful Pride celebration at the Capitol over the weekend. An incredible number of folks there. Congratulations for everyone there. And then coming up, we have the Hunter Park concert in the park this week. I'll remind everyone about the July 4th parade on Monday and the concert in the park and fireworks Monday night. And there's also a Lugnuts game. And then we have Scrap Fest coming up in a week and a half, July 8th and 9th. Thank you, Madam Vice President.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, we are to public comment on legislative matters, and as I indicated, that includes items on the agenda 2 through 25. Item number 2, I will call out as it is a public hearing in consideration of an ordinance to amend Chapter 1060, licensing of waste haulers.
Councilmember Spitzley.
Thank you, Madam President. Do I have to move? I'm sorry, I'm a little, do I have to move the substitution?
Yeah, we're going to be doing the public hearing
Okay,
because it
all right,
was
all right,
posted.
all right.
But we will be scheduling another.
Right, okay. I just wanted to make sure I would procedurally.
no.
So what we have before us today and what we will have before us, we will be introducing another ordinance for to amend the Lansing Codified Ordinance to add city waste hauler license application requirements. One of the things that the administration wanted was to have waste haulers give a more accurate description of the type of waste and talk about their routes and other things. And part of it is to try to help with greening and recycling and lowering carbon footprint. And so that's the basis for the public hearing today. We will also be having and passing another ordinance later on that will set a second public hearing for Monday, July 11th, and that was just because of some scheduling and posting issues. So with that, Move forward.
Thank you, Councilmember Spitzley.
Okay, our first speaker is Keith Kreutzer, followed by Euphoria Zax Carney. And you have 3 minutes to address the city council. Just come to that
Podium,
lectern right there.
right there is fine. Thank you.
Thank you for hearing me. I'm here in regards to the claim deposition for the address of 1241 South Home Street. As you see, I'm not here to appeal the entire cost nor the fact that the property was not up to code. I'm simply asking for a little relief on the total cost of it. Excuse me, I'm super nervous.
You're doing fine.
A little backstory of how the property came to be in that position is I was in the hospital in November, and then in December I was trying to move out of there. I did so. I had a friend who wanted to do a land contract with the property, and in the rush of trying to get her from where she was, I told her to just put stuff on the back porch. So that turned out way worse than I had planned. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm shaking. So yeah, I'm not disputing that the property was not up to code or that I'm responsible for it. I was just looking for some relief on the cost of it. That's all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Eugenia Zax Carney, followed by Jerome Hagenden. She left? Oh, okay. Jerome Hagenden? Oh, okay, we'll put her after then. Go ahead, Jerome.
Good evening. First, I'd like to, my name is Jerome Hagedorn. I'm with Neogen. I'm here in support of agenda item number 20, which is the Brownfield resolution. Just like to say thanks to the council, for considering the approval of our Brownfield application. I wanted to acknowledge Councilman Garza and the other members of the Planning and Development Committee who did their review and then moved our application forward. A little background on Neogen. Neogen was established in Lansing through a joint development with Michigan State University. We're celebrating our 40th anniversary this year, so we're excited in conjunction with that 40th year anniversary to be putting forward this brownfield proposal, which really brings us to our expansion project, which I'll elaborate on a little bit more. So background on Neogen, we do employ 665 people currently in the Lansing area. We have 9 primary sites, properties throughout Lansing, predominantly in the downtown area, focused around the Oak Park, just up off of Shiawassee Street. Globally, we employ 2,000 employees. Neogen in the city, has a partnership on many brownfield initiatives to revitalize locations to the benefit of both Neogen and the city. We look forward to the continuation of this partnership as we move forward with this endeavor. Particularly, Neogen is proposing a new 175,000 square foot building on our property adjacent to our primary manufacturing, which is along Shiawassee Street. We purchased this parcel from Sparrow Hospital with some involvement of the city and many other organizations that help kind of broker this deal with Sparrow. So we want to acknowledge Sparrow and their willingness to help us grow. We were kind of landlocked in the area that we were at. So that was a great collaboration with 2 major companies in the Lansing area. In addition to some of the tax benefits from us establishing this new facility, we also propose that we will be hiring 60 to 100 new employees. Those individuals will be coming part of a integration that we just announced in December with another rather large company. And we'll be locating some of those jobs from other states, South Dakota, Missouri, and then some coming as far as Poland. We'll be bringing those jobs here into Lansing. You know, Neogen designs and manufactures and distributes food safety and animal safety products. You know, we look forward to the continuation. This project will help us to continue to grow and service our customers. And I look forward to providing more information and answering any questions, you know, during the public hearing. But I just wanted to acknowledge the resolution and say thank you for accepting it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And actually, the other two people that are signed up, I think, are for items that are not on for action tonight. The 1610 South Cedar address, so I could call on you at the second public comment period, which is later in the evening. And then Loretta Stanaway, I think the item you put down was maybe item number 12 on last. I don't know if you have anything on this council agenda that you were looking to address. That was already passed. That was adopted. Okay.
Okay.
All right, then we are to the referral of the public hearing. We have item number 2, the waste haulers.
That will go back to city operations.
Okay, and we are to ordinances for adoption. We have an ordinance of the City of Lansing, Michigan, readopting the codified ordinances of the City of Lansing. Is read a second time by its title. The ordinance was reported from the Committee of the Whole and is on the order of immediate passage.
Councilmember Spatafor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The ordinance before us does, as the clerk said, readopts the codified ordinances of the City of Lansing. This is done annually now to ensure that we do not see a lapse in the expiration date of our ordinances. This will extend all of them to December 31, 2031. I would move the ordinance.
We have a motion on the ordinance. This is a roll call.
On adoption of the ordinance, Councilmember Brown. Councilmember Daniels. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, yes.
Councilmember Daniels. Yes. Councilmember Garza. Yes. Councilmember Spatafor.
Yes.
Councilmember Spitzley. Yes. Councilmember Wood.
Yes.
6 yeas, 0 nays, the ordinance is adopted.
Councilmember Spatafor.
Madam Chair, I'd ask for immediate effect.
We have a motion for immediate effect. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Okay, and now we are to the consent agenda.
Councilmember Spatafor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the consent agenda as amended, noting that item 5 will not be considered this evening, and item 11 will be pulled for consideration by the council separately. That would mean that item 4, appointment for Robert Emerson to the Income Tax Board of Review. Item 6, appointment of Chris Klein to the Local Development Finance Authority Board. Item 7, appointing Emily Jefferson to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Item 8, setting a public hearing for a special assessment for snow and ice removal for winter of 2022. Liquor license for Pablo's Panderia. Number 10, redevelopment area liquor license for the Old Bag of Nails Pub in Lansing. Item 12, the amended and restated agreement regarding the operation of the Local Development Finance Authority. Finally, item 13, the grant application for the Ingham County City of Lansing Community Corrections Program subcontracts for FRIS 22-23.
All right, we have a motion before us. I saw Councilmember Spitzley's. Okay, you're fine. All right. With that, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. I believe we have Chris Klein that's in the audience, and so he can come forward to be sworn in.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties as a member of the Local Development Finance Authority according to the best of my ability. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mr. Clerk?
Okay, we are back to the item number 11 that was removed from the consent agenda.
Councilmember Spitzley.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. What we have before us is a claim appeal for Keith Kreutzer in the amount of $8,000. Mr. Kreutzer was here for public comment. He was, I'm going to get my dates, I apologize for, so on 12/14/2021, he was cited for the accumulation of trash in his yard and given a 12/21/2021 due date. On January 4th, 2022, it was rechecked by code compliance. And it was also rechecked on 1/20/2022, and they determined that the violations were still there. It was a significant amount of waste, resulting in several hours in 80 yards of trash removed. I would note that Mr. Kreutzer did call code compliance on February 28th, 2022, asking for a breakdown of the fees as it related to his case, and was told to file a FOIA complaint to get that information, which I find a little disturbing that he's trying to get information on an issue that involves him, and he's told to file a Freedom of Information Act. With that, I will move the resolution, and then I will make a comment during the comment time.
And just to clarify, the
The claim
resolution
denied.
is to deny.
To deny the claim for $8,000 of a $9,488 bill in trash fees for 1241 South Home Street. I will move the resolution, and then I'll make comment during
All right,
comment time.
we have a motion to move the resolution. Are there any comments? Councilmember Spitzley.
Thank you, Madam President. I will be moving to grant this appeal. It is my understanding that at the time of this incident, the hauler who removed the trash was unlicensed and was voluntarily unlicensed and knew he was unlicensed. And, you know, I fundamentally have a problem with the folks that we're contracting with knowingly breaking the law, and then we turn around and pay them money. I understand that Mr. Kreutzer, and he admits that he accumulated this trash, but I cannot be a part of the hauler violating our city ordinance and then turning around and paying him $8,000. So I will be voting yes to approve his appeal.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other comments? Again, a vote in the affirmative is to deny the claim. A vote in the negative is to grant the claim. So with that, yes,
If I misheard, I believe you made a motion to approve the claim.
I did. I moved to approve the claim, but I will be voting against it. I mean, it's
No,
procedure.
the,
Yeah,
the
that's what
the
I'm
resolution
sorry.
is to deny.
I move to deny the claim. The resolution says to deny the claim, and thank you for the correction. The resolution says to deny the claim.
Okay.
And so then I moved the resolution as we're supposed to. I voted against it in committee, and so I will be voting against it here, but I am moving the resolution as the chair of the committee.
All right. All those in favor of denying the claim, say aye. All those opposed to denying the claim, say aye.
Aye.
The claim has been granted. With that, we move to the next item.
We are to item 14, the public hearing for the noise special permit.
Councilmember Spitzley.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. What we have before us is a resolution to set a public hearing in consideration of in consideration of a noise permit for C&D Hughes, Inc. to allow reconstruction on Pennsylvania Avenue on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. until November 30th, 2022 in the area of Pennsylvania Avenue, right-of-way between Mount Hope Avenue and Healthcare Court. For that, I will move the resolution.
And the public hearing is,
Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, it's July 11th.
all right, we have a motion to set a public hearing for July 11th. Are there any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Item 15, make safe or demolish for Viking Road.
Councilmember Daniels.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. So this is for orders to make safe or demolish the property at 3337 Viking Road. The building value is $87,018. The estimated repairs is $127,960. The house received letters on 5/10/2019 and 10/6/2020. And with that, I would move the resolution.
We have a motion on this resolution. The owner did come before the Public Safety Committee, is going to be working on it, but we told him that we were moving forward with a make safe or demolish. If he meets the threshold of over 50% before the 60 days are completed, then this will go off the make safe or demolish. So with that, all those in favor of the make safe or demolish, say aye.
Aye.
Pose. Passes unanimously.
Item 16, show cause for 1224 Dakin.
All right. Setting a show cause hearing and consideration for orders to make safe or demolish to the owners of 1224 Dakin Street. The house is worth $54,000. The estimated repairs is $63,974. The house received letters on 5/20/2020. And with that, I would, and this would be setting a public hearing for July 11th. Is that correct? Yep, for July 11th.
All right, we have a motion before us to set a public hearing. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously.
And item 17, setting a show cause for Hughes Road.
Next, number 17, setting a show cause for 5017 Hughes Road. The land value is $14,565, and the estimated repairs is $74,991. They received a letter on 4/11/2016, and with that, I would move the resolution setting a show cause hearing for July 11th.
We have a motion before us. Are there any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Item 18, setting a show cause for Pleasant Grove.
Setting a show cause hearing in consideration of orders to make safe or demolish for the owners of 5019 Pleasant Grove Road. Building value is $58,335. Estimated repairs is $79,170, and they received their violation letter on 2/15/2019. And with that, I would move the resolution setting a show cause hearing for July 11th.
We have a motion before us. Are there any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Councilmember Daniels.
Last one, setting a show cause hearing in consideration of orders to make safe or demolish for the 3025 Maloney Street. Building value is $75,508. Estimated repairs is $89,900. They received their housing code letter on 7/15/2021. And with that, I'd move the resolution setting a show cause hearing for July 11th.
We have a motion before us. Are there any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Okay, item 20, setting a hearing for Brownfield Plan number 81.
Councilmember Garza.
So setting the public hearing in consideration of Thank you. Setting a public hearing in consideration of Brownfield Plan 81 Neogen expansion at 720 East Shiawassee Street. So this is a, we had a member speak on this earlier today, but this is a $71.5 million project. The entire 2.5-acre property will be redeveloped to include the construction of a new 3-story manufacturing and research building comprising of 176,000 square feet, including a 23,000 square foot high bay production space on the eligible property. Neogen is in the process of consolidating and expanding its manufacturing operations, research and development operations, and its headquarters. So Neogen estimates 60 to 100 new full-time jobs, equivalent jobs as part of its current expansion plan at $13 to $25 an hour for those jobs. And with that, I would move the resolution.
All right, we have a motion to set a public hearing, and I believe that's for the 11th?
July 11th.
All right. With that, are there any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, we are to item 21, LDFA amendment for the Lansing Regional Smart Zone.
All right, thank you. So this is Local Development Finance Authority Tax Increment Financing and Development Plan Amendment for the Lansing Regional Smart Zone. So this would amend the TIF plan and extend it for an additional 5 years within the University Health Park. And 90% of the tax capture will stay in Lansing. And with that, I would move the resolution.
All right, we have a resolution in front of us. Are there any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
And we have item item 22, the budget amendment, and this is a 6-vote item.
Councilmember Spatafor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The item before us is a budget amendment that deals with fiscal year 2022 mid-year budget amendment. Was presented to the council a few months ago and just came out of the Committee on Ways and Means after working through some changes that included a few allocations that the council allocated separately, including the premium pay, which came out of the ARPA funds, and then other different allocations of resources to different spots. Let me make sure that hit the high points. I know the clerk's particularly looking for the election equipment supplementals in there, as well as scanning of city records, some general fund transfers in and out of the fund balance, and then some ARPA allocation for revenue losses from the first tranche. So I would move it also, I will point out, includes an additional $550,000 in revenue from marijuana revenue that the city is receiving over and above what was projected, and keeps the city's target general fund between our 12 and 15% policy. So I would move the budget amendment.
We have the budget amendment before us. Are there any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Okay, item 23, the Community Development Block Grant Plan amendment.
Councilmember Spatafor.
Madam Chair, we have is a resolution that would provide a contract bonus that was a grant from the state of Michigan's Department of Corrections to the Office of for the Offender Success Program.
That's the next one, sir.
CDBG.
CDBG, I'm sorry, I skipped ahead.
That's okay.
This is the CDBG amended resolution for the budget. There were various numbers that went up or down by not a significant amount, but enough that needed to be changed in the resolution. We heard this in Ways and Means this afternoon. It is part of our annual amendment of this budget as we get more details from the state and federal governments. The biggest changes were in our housing and ESG programs, and I do have someone here from the administration, there are questions that need to be answered more specifically, but in general, just some changes to the numbers as we got more details from the state and federal government. So I move the resolution.
Okay, we have a motion before us, and again, this is something that we do every year after we have a tentative number that we approve during the budget process, and then we get a final number, and this is the final dollars and the allocation for it. So are there any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Now we can do the offender success contract.
Thank you, Madam President. We have a resolution that would accept and appropriate about roughly $22,000 in bonus money from the Michigan Department of Corrections for the Offender Success Program. We do currently contract with Peckham to do that, and because of their stellar work on this, we're able to outperform our success rates of the previous years. So this is the first time we are actually eligible for a bonus, receiving about $22,000, and the office has opted to send that money back to the contract provider that is working on this program for us. They have contributed about $92,000 in in-kind supports for the city offender success program. So we'll be, if accepting this and appropriating this, sending those dollars back to compensate them for that in-kind contribution of over $92,000. So I would move the resolution.
We have the resolution before us. Are there any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
And item 25 is the year-end budget amendment, and this also is a 6-vote item.
Councilmember Spatafor.
So we do have a resolution here that is closing out the 2021-2022 budget to allocate the vacancy factor. And I have now said more than I understand about the vacancy factor after 5 years of doing this. But the vacancy factor is a number that we use to budget for the potential of vacancies in our budget and offset what is appropriate and what is not. And this resolution would appropriate the vacancy factor. I believe the amount is $1.4 million. Or no, it's more than that. It's 1.4.
1.4.
Yeah, $1.4 million. So I move the resolution.
So we have a motion before us. Are there any other questions or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
And with that, we are to ordinances for introduction and setting of hearings. Councilmember Spitzley introduced an ordinance of the City of Lansing, Michigan to amend the Lansing Codified Ordinances by amending Chapter 1060, Section 1060.09 to add city waste hauler license application requirements, including description of materials and weight volume estimates of materials collected and curbside collection schedule. The ordinance is read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on City Operations.
Councilmember Spitzley.
Introducing an ordinance and establishing a public hearing. Again, as we spoke earlier, there was an error in posting, and so the ordinance, we have to schedule a public hearing for July 11th, 2022 to review the ordinance to add city hauler waste license application requirements, including description of materials, weight, volume, estimates of materials collected, and curbside collection schedule. Basically what the clerk said. With that, I'll move the resolution to establish the public hearing for July 11th, 2020.
All right, we have a motion. All those in favor of setting the public hearing, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Okay, we are to speaker registration for public comment on city government-related matters. That's the yellow sheet in the back. So we'll give you about another minute to get that filled out with Suella before we close the sign-up. And the woman that, Eugenia, I will go ahead and just count this blue form as a yellow one. So, so you have another minute to sign up.
Madam
And with
Vice
that,
President.
we are to reports of city officers, boards, and commissions.
Councilmember Spatafor.
Madam Chair, I move that all items be considered as being in read in full and the proper referrals be made by you.
We have a motion before us. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously.
Okay, we have from the city clerk, minutes of boards and commissions.
Placed on file.
From the mayor, appointment of John Lenhard to the park board.
Isn't that Joan?
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. John Lenhard.
That's okay. City operations.
We have various reappointments to city boards.
Committee of a whole.
A ballot proposal for public safety, building and equipment bond.
Committee of a whole.
We have two items regarding Z1 of 2022, rezoning of 109 East Randolph.
Development and planning and setting the public hearing, development and planning.
And we also have two items regarding SLU 1 of 2022, which is also 109 East Randolph Street.
Development and planning.
And item 34, vendor success contract bonus that was actually already taken up.
Ways and means and placed on file.
Item 35, grant acceptance for the ARP Community Challenge Grant.
Ways and means.
Item 36, the budget year-end amendment that was already adopted.
Committee of a whole and placed on file.
And communications and petitions. Item 37, request for approval for the Tri-County Office on Aging multi-year plan.
Ways and means.
And the late item, a letter from the U.S. Housing and Urban Development.
Committee of a whole.
And we are to motion of excused absence.
Councilmember Spatafor.
I move that the council excuse absent members to include Brian, Councilmember Jackson, Councilmember Hussein.
Have a motion before us. Are there any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Okay, we are to remarks by council members.
Councilmember comments. Do you have any councilmember comments? Seeing none,
Remarks by the mayor.
Mayor Shore. No comments. Okay.
Okay, we are back once again to public comment. Is Eugenia Zax-Carney here? And then Loretta Stanaway. Eugenia is not here? Okay. Loretta Stanaway and then Daniel Arnold.
Well, I have something of a long memory, and I remember back in 1998, the voters were asked to pass a millage that would provide for 3 new fire stations and renovations and repairs and uprights, or repairs or whatever, to all the existing stations. And I think it was a 10-year millage, if memory serves me correctly. We got 2 stations, and we didn't get any repairs to the other existing stations, which is why they're so bad now, because we were shanghaied that time. So a $175 million bond proposal over 30 years strikes me as being too much for too long and too open-ended. We have no information at this point in time that I'm aware of that says where the building would be, what it would house, where people would park, what it would cost in a more concrete number. And it doesn't, in my opinion, take into account how many of our citizens are already strapped beyond their ability to pay their bills. We're looking at pandemic inflation. We're looking at the fact that the majority of our property owners versus our renters are 50 years and older, most of them older than 50, and many of them are on limited incomes, Social Security, whatever. They're already struggling to pay their consumers increase, their Verizon increase, their property values are raising in these inflationary times, so their property taxes are already going up beyond what they're able to pay most likely. And then we're asking them to save for 30 more years, put another $200, $300, $400 per taxpayer on your tax bill each year. I don't think it's feasible. I support the idea in general of separating out the courts and the police station and the jail and doing something with those facilities. I think we have gone down that road long enough. We know something has to happen there. I think if we're going to look solidly at that, we need to have a specific location in mind. I like the idea of the South Washington Office Complex, the SWAC, the old armory. It's a large footprint. It has lots of parking. It's more centrally located than just about any other location in the city. It's already basically a hardened facility because of its prior use as a secure facility for the military. It has a lot of pros. Yes, there are cons, but I don't think they're insurmountable difficulties. So, too much, too long, too open-ended. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and
This is not the time for, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but we need to make sure that we have the right decorum, so thank you.
Thank you. Next is Daniel Arnold, followed by Cynthia Ward.
Hey, everybody. First off, I want to just say, I'm really thankful for all the contributions of Loretta Stanaway to this city. I don't know if you're aware of it, but she types up scanner reports and lets everybody know, what's going on with the city. And that's just really, any time of day or night, I go on Facebook and look up Loretta Stanaway and I see all the efforts and how she's been speaking here so often, and that's just a great blessing. So I'll open my statement. Hello, City of Lansing. This is Daniel Arnold, Facebook guy Smiley. By the grace of God, I appear here with you tonight in good health. I would not live anywhere else. As I've stated before, I'm thoroughly provided for by Jesus, well above what I deserve, by the mercy of the U.S. government, the state of Michigan, the people of Lansing. We do not agree on everything, yet you take care of me with love demonstrated daily. I'm on disability income, receive a housing voucher, shelter, food, college scholarship. I wake up every day in my spacious apartment, not doing typical labor. I'm lavish like royalty. I've made my bed in heaven. The floodgates do open in this lifetime. What more can I say than thank you? And I look out for you, dear capital city Lansing. Every day of the week, I approach the Michigan State Capitol. Every weekday, I come to 8 government properties to encourage security, police, local, state, federal. I'm in my homeland. I love walking through Reuter Park. I enjoy every park, discovering the glistening water of Sharp Park yesterday. The river trail is my lair in many, many rallies. We are all different, and yet we coexist. The birds sing, the sun shines. Unfortunately, a scooter rider was killed on Larch Street and Michigan Avenue, making an impact with a U-Haul truck. We all suffered the loss together. The compassionate homeless at the City Rescue Mission felt the brunt of the trauma. My community, my friends, my heart. You work to the bone. You provide for your families and those who are not your families. Some labor at fast food restaurants with likely little appreciation. Your hustle makes my world go round. I don't deserve anything, yet I receive abundance. Mr. Party handed me a scented flower. Homeless Angels treated us to Hawaiian Domino's pizza. People lined up at Reuter Park. All these homeless, just tons and tons of people, and Homeless Angels provided for them that pizza. I talked to an acting CEO on the phone about my mental health journey today. I want to share everything you have given me. I can never give back enough. I can offer you Smiley tours to experience Lansing through my perspective. See for yourself why we are the best city around. Let's do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, the council rules prohibit such applause and cheering during public comment, so please restrain yourself. Next, we have Cynthia Ward, followed by Jim Ott.
Yes. Good evening, Council, Mayor, and Mr. City Clerk. It's very nice to see each of you. I'm here to make sure everyone knows, I'm sure Council is aware, but anyone who's within our listening audience, that the COVID Emergency Rental Assistance Program, the portal application will close on June 30th. So I'm still seeing people in court who state that they were not aware of the SARA program funds. So I figure certainly it was worth it for me to make the effort to come down and make sure that anyone who can hear my voice knows that the program the portal program is slated to close on June 30th. I did receive information today that suggested that the program will still be receiving paper applications, which quite frankly doesn't make much sense to me. I did ask for confirming information about that so that that information that I share can be accurate. I have not received confirming information, but I do know on MSHDA's website, it does say that the program is, the portal application will close on June 30th. So please, anyone who needs rental assistance, find out if you're eligible and make that application immediately. And lastly, I wanted to give my thanks to Joe McDonald in the mayor's office because he has been a wonderful partner for probably all the judges, but in particular me. And my job as judge is my job to remain neutral and not advocate on behalf of any particular party. And sometimes it's tough because you know someone just needs a little bit of assistance. And so I would just make a referral. I would ask permission of the tenant if I can give their telephone number and name to Joe McDonald. And thankfully, they've always said yes. And Joe McDonald has been wonderful in following up to make sure that our citizens get the necessary assistance. So I just wanted to publicly thank him and let you know that, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have Jim Ott, followed by Neil Matthews Penniman.
Good afternoon. This is really directed to the mayor. I have been working with the city for 20 years as a seasonal. I got 2 co-workers up here with me. And we come back to work in June of 2020 from layoff. As we come in to go to work, we had full-timers getting furloughed. We had other people working 4 days a week and getting the 5th day off, the $600 a week for unemployment. We come back to work and work 40 hours a week all summer, doing your parks, doing your ball fields, taking care of the parks, picking up trash. Myself, I'm a trash driver for the city of Lansing. I drive a trash truck. And we did all this, and come to the Heroes Fund, we were eliminated from any monies gave out by all of our co-workers that were off on 4 days a week. And the ones that were furloughed didn't get it, but everybody else got it, 450 of them. But the mayor decided not to give us anything. Now, I've got 20 years, and most of the seasonals that you got working for you, Mr. Mayor, have 20 or more plus years seniority. We come back to work, 2 of us got COVID, and I think, if I remember right, you come up with public service one day and said hi to us. Back in, it was July or something. You haven't come over there too much. I've seen you once. But it seems to me that this money was not fairly divided, and it was federal money, and I've heard a lot of rumors, but you can't really go with rumors where some of this money's been going. All I'm saying is that you eliminated us, and for no good reason. I know we always say, well, we're just a seasonal. We carry a big load in the city in the summer, and we come back every year for you at $14.45 an hour. East Lansing gets more. So does McDonald's, and they get a free lunch. But we don't, and we work 40 hours a week. So I think we were fairly mistreated on this, and I think you ought to do something to correct it. I got 43 seconds. So I've asked for a meeting with you, Mr. Mayor, with Dennis Parker, president of our union. He hasn't come through yet, but I hope he does. And I think you ought to think pretty hard about what you did to these seasonal employees that's got 20 plus years seniority. I think East Lansing got money, the seasonals did, but we seem to be eliminated. So let's see if we can get things done fairly now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Just really trying to figure out
next,
why we were excluded. No one can give us an answer why we were excluded.
thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Neil Matthews Penniman, followed by Kyle Richard.
Hi, City Council, Mayor, City Clerk. I'm new to Lansing and just moved here a few months ago and was excited to learn that the urban renewal from 50 years ago was going to be kind of reversed and we were going to go back to two-way streets. And so I've been trying to keep my ear to the ground and hear what's been going on with that and just looking for information as far as what the timeline is or what steps are going to be taken there. I saw some materials on the website from I think a year ago or so that were talking about some of the possibilities as far as bike lanes and some areas, but I haven't seen updated plans on that. And I was just reading something in the Lansing State Journal about an open house that could be occurring in June. I don't know if I missed it. I'm new and still figuring out all of the ways that information is getting out there. But if anyone has an update on what the timeline is, I'd be excited to hear that. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And next, we have Kyle Richard, followed by Larry Hutchinson.
Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. The last time that I communicated with y'all was via email, and the crux of my message was to trust Mayor Shore's priorities is to devalue one's own life and the lives of the people of Lansing now and into the future. I want you to know, standing here today, that I stand by these words. And speaking on item 29, the ballot proposal, public safety building and equipment bond proposal, I understand that the city jail is very old. I understand that there may be need for new facilities. The inclusion of equipment in this, to me, I actually heard about this on the radio driving over here. It sounded like $150 per taxpayer per year. And $150 is, for many people, a life-changing sum of money. And the idea that we would spend that money allowing the Lansing Police Department to further militarize themselves, it's a no for me. The other reason I came down here to speak today was with regard to hybrid meetings. It's been an ongoing conversation. There's still people who are, looking to participate in that way. And I do understand that, City Council does not usually respond to comment. I'm wondering, Vice President Wood, as head of this body today, if you'd be willing to. There was the $50,000 operations expenditure that was requested by City Council. I'm wondering if we can just get confirmation that that money is intended for hybrid meetings.
Are you talking about in our current budget? Is that what you're talking?
Yeah, in the current budget.
No, it was not part of that.
Okay. Is it included in the budget as it stands? Okay. It's sad when people say they're going to do something and then they don't. We were told, budget priorities for next year, budget priorities for April. April came and went. So did May. And the fact that, what it says to me is y'all don't care if, working class people and people with disabilities can participate in these meetings. Y'all don't want to hear it, is what that tells me. And that's really sad because, like I said, one of my first meetings when I came down here, when y'all don't want to hear it, that's when we get into a scary place. Because y'all hearing it, that's democracy. And it's sad to see that fail today. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Larry Hutchinson, followed by Michael Mercer.
Honorable Council, Mr. Mayor, City Attorney's Office, City Clerk's Office. His Honor, Mr. Jackson, I understand you're running for, where's Mr. Jackson? Oh my goodness, I understand he's running for a judge. I'm going to support that. Everybody, free Brittany. We know that she's just been detained for 6 more months. Now, let's get down to business. I'm Larry Hutchinson, Green Party nominee for Michigan Secretary of State. Not everybody's going to celebrate you. Not everybody's going to like you. You don't have to. I did it. The last time I was here, I was a candidate. Now, Mr. Hutchinson is Secretary of State candidate nominee. And let's get down to the business at hand. Here we go. A year ago, June 9th, 2021, Hutchinson. Make no mistake about it, this is war. Mr. Hutchinson was banned from a live debate that would have increased his chances for being mayor of Lansing, Michigan. And I read this thing every doggone day, and I still can't find out what it exactly is that he said that was so egregious that got him banned from the debate on June 24th. Due to the threatening nature of comments included in this comment, the Lansing Police Department was notified. It should have been were notified, but here we are. The rag of note, the City Post.
Please direct your comments to the council.
I am. Thank you, Ms. Wood. I see you out sometime, and I always address you, Madam Councilwoman. Me and the mayor, we've seen each other twice. I was just out there with the Attorney General yesterday. And nobody can still tell me what it is that this man said that would justify him being banned from that live debate, which, I say again, would have increased his chances of becoming mayor of Lansing. Now, I don't see Miss Dunbar here. She ran into a voter, and they let her debate. And the other people, I don't know where they are. Miss Switzer is here. You're implicated in here, too. I'd want to get my name cleared if I were you. All persons born and naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And next we have Michael Mercer. Okay, then we are finished.
Okay, with that, we are adjourned. Thank you.